2 years ago, at 1 in the morning. I was sitting at my kitchen table. My banking app was open in front of me. I looked at the number. Then I looked again. I thought, maybe I'm seeing it wrong. No, I wasn't. There were only 340 manats left in my account. And it was only the 10th day of the month. My salary wasn't bad. Honestly, I earned more than most people around me, but money never stayed in my hands. It was as if there was a hole in my pocket. That night, I picked up my phone, scrolling aimlessly. Then an article appeared. It was about Japanese women, about a way of saving money passed down from grandmother to mother, from mother to daughter, a method with a history of more than 100 years. At first, I didn't pay much attention, but one sentence stopped me. Those families did this without any raise in salary, without finding any new source of income, simply by changing the way they thought. That night, I changed nothing, but a year later, I went from 340 manats to 8,000 manats, same job, same salary, same home. The only thing that changed was the program running in my mind. Today, I'll share that program with you. 8 habits. Some you've heard of, most you haven't. Let me say one thing up front. These aren't tricks that make you money. These are things that change how you see money from the ground up. Let's begin. Habit 1, save first, spend later. In Japanese, this is called choken. The moment your salary arrives, part of it moves instantly to another account. You don't even see it. You live on what's left. We do the opposite. We spend first. And at the end of the month, we think maybe something will be left, but it never is. Because expenses always grow to match income. However much money you have, that much finds a way to be spent. Let me tell you about someone I know. Cameron earns 900 manats a month, but by the end of the month, there's nothing left in his pocket. One day, I told him, save first, then live on what's left. On payday, have 150 manats, move automatically to another account. Forget it exists. The first month was hard, he said. By the second month, he didn't even notice it. A year later, he had saved 1,800 manats. No extra income, nothing new. He'd simply changed the order. Save first, then spend. That simple, that powerful. Habit 2, eat until 80% full. There's a rule in Okinawa, home to the highest number of people who live to 100 anywhere in the world. The rule is this: eat until you're 80% full, not 100. The remaining 20% isn't emptiness. It's breathing room. Now apply this to money. You treat 80% of your income as yours, not 100. The remaining 20% stays out of sight. It moves automatically somewhere else. This works hand in hand with the first habit. One tells you, save first. The other tells you, how much? Think about it. Between someone who saves 4% of their income and someone who saves 20%, how big is the gap after 10 years? This isn't a math problem. It's simply a difference in where you place your attention. Habit 3, feeling the weight of waste. There's a Japanese word, mottainai. There's no direct translation, but the feeling is this: when something is wasted, thrown away, or loses its value, a heavy regret rises inside you. You don't just say, so what? You feel a pang of conscience. We do the opposite. We fill the fridge and then go buy something new on top of it. The moment a phone screen gets a scratch, we start looking for a new phone. I tracked myself for a week. Just the food I threw out of the fridge. The number embarrassed me. Half a bag of greens, rice that had sat for 3 days, cheese still in its unopened package. After that week, I learned to plan. I stopped asking, what should I buy? And started asking, what do I already have? 3 months later, my grocery spending dropped by roughly a third. I didn't eat less. I wasted less. Habit 4, finding beauty in imperfection. A cracked cup, a table 40 years old, a sweater with a patch. In Japanese, this is called wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection. This habit is related to mottainai, but it goes a step further. Mottainai says, don't throw it away. Wabi-sabi says, love the thing you didn't throw away. The difference is huge because a person eventually tries to replace something they don't love. We replace our phones the moment the screen gets scratched. We look for a new sofa the moment ours gets a little flat. But think about how much money these searches add up to over the years. I had my bag repaired instead of buying a new one. What I paid the craftsman was a tenth of the price of a new bag. That bag became even more precious to me afterward because now it has a story. Habit 5, knowing why you live. There's a Japanese word, ikigai. It means reason for being. It's not career planning, it's the thing that gives meaning to your everyday life. It could be gardening, it could be cooking for your family, it could be anything. Apply this to money, and the question changes. How much do I earn? Disappears. In its place comes, why do I need this money? I know someone for whom this meant watching their child grow up without financial stress. Once they found that purpose, they no longer felt the pull toward unnecessary purchases because those purchases had started to feel meaningless. Notice how this ties the previous 4 habits together. Why do you save first? Why are you content with 80%? Why do you repair the old bag instead of replacing it? The answer is the same in every case. Because you know what you're saving your money for. Habit 6, writing it down. In 1904, Japan's first female journalist invented a method for housewives using nothing but a notebook and a pen to manage household expenses. This method is called kakeibo. It's still used today. The logic is very simple. At the start of the month, you answer 4 questions. How much money will come in? How much are your fixed expenses? How much do you want to save? What's left over? Then every day you write down every minute you spend, sorted into 4 categories: needs, wants, culture, unexpected. At first glance, it looks like child's play, but I tried it, and the results surprised me. Why? Because when you tap a card on your phone, your brain feels nothing. The number just flashes on the screen and disappears. That's it. But when you sit down at night and write it by hand, your brain works differently. You end up facing yourself. I tried this. In the first month, I cut my expenses by roughly a fifth without doing anything else. No new income, no new job. I just wrote things down. Habit 7, the art of living for free. There's something in Japanese called shinrin-yoku. It means forest bathing, spending quiet time in nature, free, simple. The broader meaning is this: don't tie enjoyment to spending. For us, having fun usually means spending money, a cafe, an outing, shopping. I restructured my weekends, walks in the park, cooking at home with friends. My spending dropped sharply, but the quality didn't drop. If anything, it improved. Habit 8, honest self-reflection. In Japanese, they call it hansei. It's not self-blame. It's a calm, honest self-assessment. At the end of the month, you sit down and ask yourself 3 questions. Did I reach my goal? Which expenses actually added value to my life? What will I do differently next month? This 10-minute habit is actually what holds all the others together. The numbers you write in your notebook stay meaningless if you never go back and look at them. Without hansei, kakeibo is just a notebook. Choken is just a transfer. That woman sitting at the kitchen table 2 years ago, she didn't need a bigger salary. She needed to think differently. Wealth isn't built by earning more. It's built by understanding more. You don't need a big change, a notebook, a pen, and the willingness to pay attention to where your money goes. That's enough. Everything starts right there. It always starts right there.